Hi there. I wanted to make sure I got one last video in for you in 2024. And this video is really about setting yourself up for receiving all the gifts that you want from the universe in 2025. So recently, I suggested to the Moldavite tier members of my membership site to do an exercise before the end of the year to set themselves up for 2025. And because I am a modern woman, and because I'm very excited about what's coming in the world, even in terms of artificial intelligence, I said, well, why not use something old and something new to craft your very special desires for 2025. So if you've ever read the book by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, you'll know that many of the teachings in that book really have to do directly with understanding that your mind and what you think about is what brings and draws your manifestations towards you. Your thoughts create reality, your intentions create reality, and the law of attraction is collaborating with you at every given point in time. If you haven't read that book before, I do suggest that you put it on your reading list for 2025. Even though it's almost 90 years old, it still has some really valuable tips, tricks, and tools if you can get past the more dated aspects of the book. And it's an absolute self-help classic. The element that we're taking from this book is the definiteness of purpose aspect of it, in which there's a formula that uses clarity, faith, and perseverance for you to manifest your future goals. What I'd like you to do for this particular exercise is to type the following prompt into your favorite AI software, and then to interact with the software itself to come to clarity for what your formula will be. I'd like to make a list of my top desires for manifesting in the new year and use Napoleon Hill's formula for writing out the statement. Can you please ask me questions so we can narrow it down and then write the formula? So in my case, the AI that I used then went ahead to ask me some questions. It asked me about my financial goals, what my specific goals and income is for 2025, my career or business goals, what are my biggest dreams for Vagrein, the membership site, or events in the coming year, my health goals, what would I like in terms of my vitality, my vibrancy, and my health in general for 2025, personal life and family, so those are some aspects that are extremely important to me, and friends, family, relationships, etc., as well as my personal goals in terms of growth, focusing on my character, focusing on my continued and everlasting learning, and my service to others. So I spent some time really reflecting on the questions that were asked, that were re-provided to me from the AI. And if you're not interested in using AI for this exercise, go ahead and on your own reflect on these types of questions or the areas of your life that are important to you. In the planner that I created, the GIST, Get Yourself Together planner, there are focus wheels or wheels of different areas of focus that you're meant to fill in every single month and at the beginning of the year. So I would suggest going through these focused areas, your career, your finance, your health, your relationships, your family, your love life, etc., and really narrowing down and coming to concrete statements about what it is you're calling in the new year. So I went ahead and did this exercise, saying exactly what I wanted to experience, what I wanted to earn, what I wanted to share, what I wanted to deliver in service to others. And then AI came back and formulated the next part of the formula for the Napoleon Hill model of creating a vision statement or a goal for the next year. So part of that is defining your desire, being clear and specific about what you exactly want, stating what you will give in return. Now, this is one of the important and most beautiful aspects of this model with Napoleon Hill, because the universe wants to give you everything that you want to have. And I'm not saying that there's a cost to it, but there definitely is a contribution to it. So everything that is coming to you does have some measure of what are you sharing, what are you giving in return to bring forth this abundance, to bring forth these experiences, these joyful experiences, to bring forth these relationships. And relationships is a great example for this because, for example, what are you willing to give in your love life? in order to experience the connection and the joy of having someone by your side? What are you willing to give in your family relationships? What is your contribution going to be? That then it's natural for you to get back in return everything that you're wanting. So that is written right into your statement. Then it says to set a definitive timeline. This gives you in your subconscious mind a understanding of your desire and when you want it to manifest. The definitive timeline aspect of it, I feel, is really important because it allows you to time travel into the future. If you say you want these things in 3 months' time, then you better be able to imagine yourself as already having them in 3 months' time. Otherwise, you're going to be putting yourself in a position of understanding where your resistance are to these things and then coming up with solutions naturally on a subconscious level to let go of some of that resistance. Then there's an area in this formula where you create a clear plan as to how you're going to achieve the goals. Now this part I want to put a little asterisk on and a footnote because we're going to talk about the difference between doing and being, surrender and effort and all of that stuff a little bit later in the video, and I want to just make sure we come back to that. And then in terms of the formula, it's meant to be written in the present tense. So what you do is you really project yourself into that future, to that date that you've given yourself, to December 31st of 2025. And you talk from the first person perspective in the present tense about what you've already accomplished, already achieved, what's already come to you, with a space of gratitude, with a space of appreciation, because those things are already yours. This puts you in the alignment of expectation of what's already being delivered to you. So that is really one of the tools that I use most frequently in terms of my manifestation. I'll put myself in the present tense for whatever it is I'm wanting. And it really does do the work of showing you, first of all, again, where is my resistance to this thing? Where does me saying this thing in the present tense make me go, uh-oh, that's not true? And where does it feel really, really good to me? I'm now going to share my statement with you so as to perhaps allow you to have the guts and the desire to share your statement right in the comments here. I do read all my comments, and as you know, the universe is listening to you in speech and in writing. If you can write your statement down in a public forum, in a public venue, in a public space such as this, it is amplifying and magnifying the possibility of it becoming a reality for you within the next year. So I'm going to be vulnerable, allow myself to expose my desires and share what I have created here for you, with you, for my coming year, in the hopes that you'll share yours as well. So by December 31st, 2025, I've manifested a life of financial freedom, global recognition, and personal fulfillment by providing immense value through my channeling, events, and membership platform, empowering lives globally. I receive invitations to speak and host events worldwide, and my name is recognized as a leading spiritual teacher. I enjoy vibrant fitness and well-being, maintaining optimal health and energy all year long. My home is a sanctuary of cleanliness and luxury, filled with an abundance of relaxation and recreation time. I nurture loving relationships with my children, partner, friends, and clients, fostering joy, support, and connection. I take luxury holidays to beautiful vacations effortlessly with ease in traveling and planning. I explore my passions for harmonica, cooking, and painting, enriching my life with creativity and joy. I am committed to maintaining a positive mindset, taking inspired action daily, and trusting in the universe to bring these desires into my reality. I see, feel, and act as though these goals are already achieved, knowing that they are unfolding in perfect divine timing. So that is my statement, aided of course by the AI, aided of course by the formula from the Napoleon Hill book, Think and Grow Rich. But writing this down for myself gives me a framework, gives me a charter to remember throughout the year what my desires are. Coming back to that asterisk of earlier, and this is directly addressing some of the doubts or the resistance that comes up about goal setting, is that there is a very big difference between stating your desires to the universe and setting goals that you then feel pressured that you have to meet, or that you then have to work towards, or put yourself under stress. Now, I am all about surrender and faith in the collaboration between myself and the higher aspects of myself, which include everything that you're seeing here, include all of you as well. Surrender to life means a deep knowing that as you are becoming more and more comfortable with sharing your desires, that is being received by the universe. And if that is in alignment with the greater good for all, then they will absolutely unfold. Your desires don't come from you. You didn't wake up one morning and go, you know what, I'm going to desire that thing. They are always a stimulus of the consistent evolution of your being and the next best thing for you and your spiritual evolution as well. So, for example, if you suddenly find that you want to purchase something, or you suddenly find that you want to experience something, or you have a new desire for your relationship or for your family or whatever it is, it's because there is some stimulus from the inspiration of the divine all that is coming through you, and that in pursuing that direction, or in releasing into that direction, your next evolutionary phase or stage is there. What I've noticed in terms of my coaching is that people have a lot more trouble admitting to their desires and allowing the universe to take the lead than they have in accepting lesser desires or compromise. We've been trained very well how to compromise on what we're wanting, how to come to a space of believing that, you know, I can't have this, well, this other thing is fine. Yeah, sure it is. And part of our desire is to be able to be content unconditionally, and to be content with whatever is offered to us or whatever we have in this now moment. I'm not saying that this now moment is not perfect, but what I am saying is that you do have complete control over allowing yourself to melt into your desires, to melt into your truth of who you are. And your desires are often a wonderful lead towards that. The goals that you're writing down today, you can easily take this piece of paper or the comment that you're going to write on this video and throw it in the garbage. You don't need to do anything else towards these goals ever. No, I was watching a video recently with Matthew McConaughey, and he was talking about how he came across a paper that he had written down when he had just finished filming Dazed and Confused. And on the paper, even though he was a fledgling actor and there was no reason to believe that his career would then have that particular trajectory, he had written down, win an Oscar. And it, at the time, wouldn't have made any sense. He also mentioned lots of other things. He wrote down a whole list of his desires, his life goals, his bucket list accomplishments and things that he wanted. And in this interview, he was talking about, how, whatever it is, 20 years on, yeah, that movie's more than 20 years old. Okay, so 30 years on, he's able to, look at that list and go like, oh, okay, this is where I am. I did tick all these things off my list. I did accomplish all of these things, these desires, these goals, these dreams. And that's really how it works. These books that were written a long time ago, and any wisdom teaching that comes through, and any teaching of law of attraction, they're universal. These are tips and tricks. I am simply sharing with you again these tips and tricks, and I'm telling you, I know, because since I've been doing some of these things, the manifestations in my own life are really, you would say, well, that's really unusual that could be possible, that is what occurred with her or for her. But it is deliberate creation coupled with aligned action and complete surrender to what is. For me, the aligned action and the deliberate creation are not the hardest part of the equations. The more difficult aspect is the remembering to surrender, but that's also where I place the majority of my effort. Believe it or not, I place a lot of my energy and passion and desire and fire into surrendering, to remembering to surrender. And so I don't want you to take this exercise on as like, oh my God, now I have to achieve these goals by 2026. That's not the case. You don't have to do anything. The work is already occurring by simply doing this exercise, by simply allowing yourself to marinate in the, what do I really want? What would be the most exciting and wonderful thing to experience this year? And yes, I really truly do want you to have all of the experiences of what's on your list for this year. If you want some support for making 2025 the absolute best year ever, then my membership site is launching in just a couple days, maybe even tomorrow. I don't know when this video is coming out. And in it, you will have the support not only of Vagrein and all of their wisdom, but my direct guidance and support as well, as we connect in the Vagrein Cafe moments, as we connect in the forum, as you have more access to some of these teachings, some of the way in which I see the world, and hopefully I will get to experience the ways that you see the world as well and celebrate your successes with you, stand by you in the moments that you need support, and really be a member of your community in the same way that I feel you're a member of mine. Have an amazing New Year's Eve wherever you are in the world. Have an amazing beginning to 2025. Enjoy this exercise. Leave me a comment about it and like this video if you like this video. And I really hope to see you in any one of the 3 tiers of the membership site. I will put the details in the description of this video, and I hope to see you soon. Sending all my love, gratitude, and appreciation for you.